A warm summer Friday in Atlanta, the city alive with music, rooftop parties, and endless what-ifs. Brielle, a rising but overworked event planner, had just finished coordinating a major celebrity wedding at a Buckhead hotel. Exhausted and a little tipsy from leftover champagne, she wandered up to the rooftop bar to breathe. That's where she met him, Malik. Tall, dressed in a clean black suit, handsome with deep, thoughtful eyes that said too much and not enough. He had the kind of smile that made people forget to breathe. He offered her a seat, then a drink, then a conversation that felt more like a confession between strangers. They talked about everything: childhood, broken dreams, the feeling of not being enough. They danced to old school R&B. They kissed like they were writing a new chapter. They spent the night together. By morning, Malik was gone. No note, no number. Just the soft imprint of his cologne on the pillow in a single white rose. Brielle told herself it was nothing, a moment. But when the pregnancy test blinked positive a few weeks later, that nothing became everything. A pregnancy, being a single mother. What was she going to tell everyone? 5 years later, Brielle was a single mom, running her own boutique events company called Brie and Bloom, and raising her son Miles in Decatur. Miles was no ordinary kid, wise, witty, and heartbreakingly kind. But the thing people always noticed first were his eyes, big, almond-shaped, and an impossible mix of brown and gold. Malik's eyes. She never found him. She didn't know where to start. All she had was a first name and a memory. So she raised her son alone, with strength, grace, and grit. It was supposed to be a quick target run. Brielle was looking at planners in the office supply aisle while Miles played nearby, flipping through books and babbling to a stuffed dinosaur. Then she felt it, a familiar energy, a shift. She looked up. Malik, standing just a few feet away, dressed in a fitted tee and slacks, tapping on his phone. Older, sharper, more powerful. She would later learn he was now the CEO of a growing fintech startup based in Midtown. But in that moment, he was just a ghost, and Miles was staring right at him. Malik looked up and froze, because he wasn't just looking at a child. He was looking into a mirror. Brielle instinctively stepped between them, heart pounding. "Brielle?" Malik asked, his voice barely audible. She nodded. He looked at Miles again, this time more closely. Is that your son?" She didn't blink. "He's your son." Malik dropped his phone. Literally. His hands shook. The air between them turned to glass, fragile and dangerous. Because in that child's eyes, Malik saw his past, present, and the future he never expected. He wanted answers. She gave them. He offered money. She declined. He begged for time. She hesitated. "You don't get to show up 5 years later and suddenly care," she snapped one evening. "I never meant to disappear," Malik replied. "That night, I got a call at 6 a.m. My father had a stroke in Chicago. I flew out in a panic. I lost my phone. I forgot to ask your last name. And after a week, I convinced myself I dreamed you." Brielle didn't know if it was truth or just guilt. But either way, she wasn't about to hand over her son to a stranger with money and a guilty conscience. It wasn't Brielle who decided. It was Miles. "Mama, I like him," he said one night, hugging his pillow. "He listens when I talk. And he bought me a chocolate milkshake and didn't even drink one." That small statement broke Brielle's heart, because her son, for the first time, had a father figure, and he liked it. Malik didn't push. He showed up for school pickups, weekend library visits, Lego building nights. Bit by bit, he earned trust. Not just from Miles, from Brielle, too. A year later, Brielle was coordinating a lavish engagement party in a downtown Atlanta loft, one of her biggest clients yet. Miles was playing nearby with blocks. Malik walked over, dressed sharp as always, holding 2 lemonades. "I've been thinking," he said softly. "I missed 5 years of his life. And yours. But I don't want to miss any more." Brielle raised an eyebrow. "What are you saying, Malik?" He smiled, vulnerable and real. "I want us to be a family. I want to come home. To both of you." She looked at Miles, then at Malik. Her heart felt light, scared, and full all at once. This time it wasn't just a night, but rather the beginning of a forever. Thank you for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe to help us grow our community.